Good morning. How you guys doing today? Oh, that's great. That's great.
Good.
We're glad you're here.
We love video. Matt and I were just saying how we couldn't wait to talk to our friend Mr. Camera again.
Hi, Mr. Camera. How are
Hey,
you?
Mr. Camera.
You feeling good today?
I think he's lost some weight.
He has. He looks a little slimmer.
How's everybody? Good? Good? I didn't cut my,
See,
I didn't cut my.
He likes to do this when I come on.
I did not cut my.
He's still working on those tech-savvy kind of things.
It's Matt.
But that's
Normally.
okay. And let us know how you're doing. If you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, shout out to us. We do have kind of a, should we let them know about the aromas thing? Yeah. So
Yes.
Here we go. So
Yes.
anytime between now and 10 a.m., go buy aromas. And if you say Caffeine Quarantine, you get 20% off. So right after we get done here, just, you don't even need to stay in your jammies. Drive there, go there, and say Caffeine Quarantine, get 20% off your coffee. So do it.
See, and what Matt and I were doing at the beginning was showing a bad attitude so we could illustrate yesterday's sermon.
Exactly.
It's just beautiful how we pulled that together.
We love to just,
Oh, that was
practical, applicable kind of things.
We wanted to model that for you.
You're welcome.
We actually are excited about the camera. Actually, we love the camera.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Hey, so we want to, a lot of times we'll do a question, and so we are going to do a question, and we are going to ask for feedback. But this is kind of the feedback today is more serious. Are you on YouTube? Or
I am.
Can you
Yeah,
be
I can.
All right, I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
All right. So, and you guys help out, okay? So there are some churches in town, and we won't name them, but there are churches that are looking at the 17th as far as having services in their building. I've heard rumors that there may be 2 or 3 of those. Actually, one's not a rumor, but so everybody's kind of looking at it. We're praying about it. Of course, a lot of it comes from the governor. The hard part with our particular governor, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, I mean this factually, is he's given there's a lot of ambiguity with churches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they've said okay, groups of 3 or whatever, and all of this stuff, and there are what do you call it? Occupancy.
Yeah, maximum occupancy
right.
with the limitation on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So with churches, they've really kind of left it open-ended. Like I've heard of some churches that I think in this area that have never stopped meeting. Some have been meeting outside, not in cars, but just outside. So we haven't made a decision yet, but we're looking at it and we're talking about it and we're trying to figure out, what that looks like. So we thought this would be a good place to kind of get some feedback from you guys. We're also going to be sending out some Instagrams. We may do something on Facebook or something.
Okay.
But what we would like to know are, and then we kind of share some of our ideas with you and kind of get your feedback on it. So I hope you have your little
thumb exercises.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. We might want to do some calisthenics real quick. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
4,
ooh, that's
5.
good.
That's
good
form. Good form.
I feel that.
Good form.
That.
Yeah.
Oh.
And switch. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
switch.
We're ready. Okay.
I'm terrible with my left.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. So, what we'd like to do is get some feedback from you guys concerning what would make it better. I'll just go ahead and throw this on the table. Odds are, when we do have a service in the building, odds are we will probably not have children's ministry like
out the gate. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not out of the gate.
Yeah.
And it may be another 2 or 3 weeks. So, anything that we do would probably have kids in here. So, but what things would make you guys, and I know we have difference of opinion, so this is not like a debate. This is not like whatever, because we realize in our church we have some people that are, they'd meet tomorrow and they wouldn't care, and they wouldn't wear a mask and they don't care about it, and it's not that big a deal to them. There are other people that are more concerned about it. So as a church, we have that hard thing of trying to find a balance of this. So what types of things would make you guys feel comfortable assembling together? And we're going to wait until somebody answers. No, but if you could kind of, what types of things would be helpful? And put down, even if it's like a given.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a tough decision to try to make. We want to show love on both sides.
Right.
The Bible tells us to love our neighbors, and so we're trying to be considerate of those who want to wear face masks, wear face mask, and we want to practice social distancing because we don't want to impede on anyone. But at the same time, we are super excited about getting back together. So, what's some feedback from you guys? It's going to make you feel comfortable. It's going to make you feel a little bit at ease that we can do to help assimilate here.
I'm not getting diddly squat. That's one of my favorite words. I'm not getting anything. Hand sanitizer stations. I have one. Jay, first guy to respond.
Way to go, Jay.
You done good award, Jay. We're hand sanitizing stations, definitely everywhere, all kinds of places. Tammy Lynn, hiring Tammy Lynn to disinfect.
We're not using oil anymore. We're going to use hand sanitizer to anoint people. Is that what we're doing?
Kim says meet outside.
Okay, I've got Roy Richardson says cubicles, question mark.
Cubicles?
Cubicles.
Cubicles.
I believe that's a joke.
Yeah.
Distancing between seats.
Yeah, I've got
LPs.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leah said that. Oh, there you go. Nim Stoll has a great idea. The adults go to church and all the kids stay home and watch it live.
Oh man, I don't know if my
I don't want your house
would
to
be
look
a wreck. Yeah.
Well, we are, that also being said, we are going to be live streaming this from here forward. Because we were looking at doing that anyway, but we are going to be live streaming. So regardless of when we meet, we would still have that for people who maybe have what do you think about this? And I don't know if there's anybody watching who has this, but we were batting around maybe a Saturday evening service or another service on Sunday where we had for like 60 and older for like no kids would be at that service, and it would just be for people that are vulnerable, people that might have a pre-existing condition or somebody, and you could be 40 and be in that camp too. You could be in your 40s and have some kind of condition to where, and maybe this would be helpful. One of the things that we're looking at doing is, like we have 400 seats in this building right now, of taking out like 200 or 250, and we can space really, really well. We can put like, little groups for families to sit together, and we could space this out really, really well with this size of a building. So those are things that we're definitely looking at to where the seating would be spaced more apart. Hand sanitizing stations. For our baptisms, instead of water, we're going to have sanitizer. Yeah. That way, you when you get baptized, you're not only
double cleansing.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's like a double cleansing.
Yeah, I've got some of the things you were saying on here. Some people were agreeing, like they were family sitting together, chair spacing, utilizing the space in our sanctuary. So some people were all thinking on the same page. Offering move seats apart, let families sit together, social distancing kind of thing. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know yesterday I was taking my horses out to, I'll give a little plug here for, it's called Cricket Hollow.
Cricket Hollow.
Farm.
Okay.
And it's Brian Detweiler and Haley Detweiler. It's midway between here and Abbeville. And they bought a place that has horses and, it's a horse farm. And they can board horses and everything like that. So I was taking my horses out there to ride because they have an arena and whatnot. Everything was good out there until the two people on each side started firing off shotguns at a rapid rate, which is not fun to be on a horse when shotguns are going off like really close.
Did you feel like you're in the Wild Wild West?
Oh, no. Well, I did, except for in the Wild Wild West, they stay on their horse. I got off because I'm not. I was out there to enjoy myself.
So, as a person who has a history with panic attacks, to put yourself in that kind of situation, tell us what that was like, David. Explain to us.
That was sheer terror, because the guns were scaring me. I mean, they sounded like they were like
right there.
Yeah, and first this neighbor did, and then it was like they were having this. They were communicating.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Morse code in shotgun. Is he would shoot, and I think, okay, maybe they're done. Then bam, bam, over here they would be shooting, and the horse is jumping all over the place. I'm jumping because the shots are scaring me too.
So they ran out of data, and so they decided to communicate via shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just one blast for, hey, we're having barbecue, and then two blasts.
I'm there, 7 p.m. Yeah, we'll make it. So yeah.
Morse code.
There you go.
So, but anyway, on the way out there, I had drove by here, and there was a family that had driven by the church, and they pulled up in the parking lot, and they said, we just had to drive by it. They said, we miss it so bad. And I said, man, I'm glad you drove by. We miss it. And so we're looking that way. We're trying to do it safely. The staff, we're all us, we're talking about it. The elders are talking about it. We're looking at it. We want to do it in a good way, in a safe way. We'll probably, Nathan Pettick. I'm not.
Don't even repeat what that man says. We're going to ignore you, Nathan.
Nathan is ignored. You're ignored, Nathan. So, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I received several texts the other day just from people in our church who are like, when are we starting back? And there's just this itch to just be back together to even, and I can't remember everything that was said. They're like, I'll go to multiple, we'll help out with multiple services. We'll make it happen.
And we really think that what we'll probably do, and that's why we were looking at that Saturday night service. Number one, it gives the vulnerable, and by Saturday night, I'm thinking more around 6 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Because even there, we want it to still be daylight when people leave. But that would just be a safe environment for those people. And then we may add a service on Sunday just to keep the numbers down. One of the things that we talked about, Matt, was, maybe doing it by alphabet, like, okay, or we're going to have to have people sign up for a service, or at least say, okay, everybody whose last name is A through J or whatever, or A through whatever, we'll have to figure out.
Some kind of way we're trying to figure out.
Go to this service, go to the next service.
Yeah.
So we'll probably have to assign people out, because if we just say, okay, we're having these 3 services, and we have everybody show up at one or more people, then we're going to have to, then we're in, we're going to pass that level. Yeah,
because the idea is we want to maintain, the proper orders, because we don't want to abuse that, right? Because if we do, then we're all back all in this whole mess that we're already in. So we want to, practice, accordingly, but also we're dying to just be with everyone again. We're dying just to gather back together again to worship. I'm thankful for Isaiah and for Doobie, but man, the whole worship team back together, that's going to be exciting. And just the people gather worshiping, it's going to be great.
And the reason why we're talking about it today is, like I said, when you really hear the governor talk about churches, there's a lot of open-ended things there. Some of what he said almost implies that some churches could have kept meeting together. Of course, we didn't think that was wise at this time. Yeah. But as this moves forward, we're trying to get a plan in place so that we kind of know where we're going and how we're going to do it. And, I think before we can, there's a good idea, do it by home groups. You could actually have groupings of home groups. Yeah. Yeah, and then we could leave, but there are some people that aren't in home groups, but that's a good idea. That's something to keep in mind. Would even allow a way for them to
come together
to see each other.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Thanks, Mary.
It was great. I heard one of our community groups, they decided just to drive around Greenwood and just see their community group by. They were like, drive by. I was like, that's great, man. It's really cool. So there's this itch, this growing for all of us to be back together in the same room.
I will tell you this, though, because we serve Aromas Coffee, and if you're just getting on, remember you can go till 10 o'clock. If you came on after Matt's announcement, if you up until 10 o'clock, you can go to Aromas. You can say Caffeine and Quarantine, and you'll get 20% off of any drink that they have. So that's today. So do that. There was something else I was going to say because some people have come on a little bit later, but I can't remember. I've lost my mind.
And your voice.
Anyway, so it was something about gathering together. So anyway, we're not trying to push this, but we are trying to plan this and look ahead because there are some good things. It'll be interesting to see what happens in Georgia. I know they're a lot more open. Now, I will tell you this. Anybody see an uptick in the traffic this weekend, though?
Man, yeah. There was so much traffic out. I even felt it Friday and then even Saturday.
Well, what day did the mall actually open?
That opened up, I think, sometime mid last week.
Yeah.
They opened up their doors. So, yeah, a lot of shopping hopefully will be happening. And, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, those are good ideas. Be praying with us as we look at, a good way to do this and how to do it well. We want to do it safely, but at the same time, and we always know that there are going to be some people that maybe for whatever reason they don't feel comfortable.
Well, that's why we still want to keep the live stream going, right? We're committed to that. That was something that we were already planning and anticipating doing. And we still want to keep that going because it's been really cool to see how offering this avenue has really just allowed other people to join in. I've been encouraged, even people in different places. Hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm there. I'm able to view this at my work. It's just so great to see how the gospel message is going forward in a broader scope.
Doobie's got an uncle in Nebraska that watches every Sunday. Every Sunday he tunes in. So we're going to have that. We could have a mask service and a no mask service.
That's an idea.
How about that, right?
And we can preach the sermon about taking off your mask. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah. Everybody at that service will wear a mask.
Yeah.
Betsy Henry said the lake traffic was wild. Yeah, I think people are just getting to that point where they are just, for a while, having time to watch videos. Is anybody besides me kind of screened out? And I say that as you guys are watching us on a screen. But is anybody kind of, you're just kind of screened out? I didn't even watch any TV last night. I messed with the horses till late. And was doing some other stuff until late, and I
think every evening
fell asleep early.
We've kind of been our family. We've just been going to the Y, and it's funny how because the little track outside is just there, and they used to have soccer goals, but now they canceled soccer, so the goals are gone. But which they actually were cutting the grass this morning. Thank you, YMCA people who cut the grass, because now we can go play out in those fields with cut grass. It's not tall, but there's been such an uptick of people just getting outdoors. Mm-hmm. A lot of bike riders, a lot of runners, walkers, just people getting out.
You do see a lot.
That's a plus, man. People are getting out there. They're working out. They're exercising.
Well, if anything else, I think what this has kind of brought to everything, things that we take for granted. being outdoors, your neighbors, seeing them more. We've had a lot of good times with our neighbors next door. They've got 6 kids, and so we've had a lot of conversations, a lot of just impromptu things. All the kids from the neighborhood are out there, and so that's been cool. But I think even that face-to-face versus being on our phones, being on computers all the time, I think when you get to this point, you realize how important it is. What?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. You're right there. Oh, yeah.
I got it.
You're right.
I got it.
You're right.
It went over my head.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a good thing that I think people realize the value of this.
Absolutely.
And I think that's one way, to be honest, for us as a staff. We have this every day, and I think if we were all at home and we were all working from computers, I think it would have been much, much more difficult.
Absolutely.
Would for me.
Absolutely. It would be.
I know Ryan would have been highly upset that he couldn't see me every day. Would have been tough on him. Very tough. And I don't have my Bible up here.
Is it Psalms?
Oh, you got it?
I've got you.
Read it.
Is it Psalms 110?
Psalms 100.
100.
Psalms
I
100.
could remember. I'm bad at that. So Psalms 100. We're going to read that. It says, make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. It is he who made us, and we are his people. And we are the sheep of his pastures. Enter his gate with thanksgiving, his court with praise. Give thanks to him. Bless his name, for the Lord is good. His steadfast love endures forever to all generations. Is that the right one? Psalms 100. Okay.
Yeah, that's the right one. You didn't think it was good enough, Matt?
I've just been in so many different Psalms.
Wasn't
I was like,
enough?
this one, no, it's inspiring. It's good. I was like, is this the right one? I think I read Psalms 13 the other day, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm expecting how long are we going to be in this?
How long, oh Lord?
I'm in the other part of the Psalms right now.
How long will you wear a mask? Christy Davis had a great idea. We'll have to look into this, guys. Why aren't we offering NC masks yet? They could say, we're glad you're here.
That's great.
That would be a good idea. That would be a good idea, Christy. But take a few steps back. We're glad you're here, but take a few steps back.
That's great.
You're too close. Yeah, that would be good. If you can read this, you're not at 6 feet.
Oh yeah.
There you go. If you can read this mask, you're not far enough.
That's great.
Well, good. Thanks for the feedback. And Wednesday, Lord willing, we're going to have Chris Paget, who is the director of what do you call it? Pathway House. Hopefully Wednesday, if not Wednesday, Friday, and he'll be talking with us some and telling us what's going on there. Pathway House is it's not your typical homeless shelter, and so I think you guys will really gain from some stuff that he tells us about that, and that's one of the ministries that we support. So, yeah. Oh, and on a bright note, we've been able to maintain all of our giving to our missionaries, to our local ministries that we support. In fact, this month there's a couple of them that have special needs at this time. We may be even able to up our giving there to help them out in that situation.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. Thank you for your faithfulness. Great. We don't mention money a lot. We don't mention it. And by the way, we don't mention it on, we don't do that anyway in a regular service. But we want the attention to be on God's word and on the gospel and on people getting to know him. And we've just always believed that if people are living for the Lord, if their relationship with the Lord is growing, then giving is a natural outflow of that. And so because of that, we've been able to continue our giving with them. And a lot of them, their giving has gone down during this time. So we're in touch with all of them. And if there are some special things that we can give to, then we're going to do that. So anyway, we love you. Remember, we are one day closer to being together again. If you have any insights or any kind of neat things, concerning what it looks like to get back together, shoot us an email or something, or message us on Facebook. But just know that we are looking at it. We're trying to look at it with a good balance, and to where anyone that does come here would feel safe and would feel like we're being considerate of all the things that are going on. And on top of that, we're going to be live streaming. So if somebody just says, I just don't feel comfortable at all, then they'll still have the ability to watch us on the screen. So thanks for hanging in there with us. Remember, aromas today until 10, 20% off. Use the phrase caffeine and quarantine, and use it proudly.
Yeah.
Okay? Right?
That's right. Yeah.
Proudly.
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 As proudly as you can.
But from Matt and me and the rest of the guys back there in the booth, we love you, and we thank God for you. We're praying for you. Pray for us, and keep a good attitude today. It's your choice. Choose a good attitude. God bless you.